And off. Yay. All right. I'm presuming you guys can all hear me. There you go. That sound. Sweet. All right. Welcome, everyone, to episode number 75 SEO this week. Apologize, a little late today. Pool man was outside fixing my pop-ups. You ever deal with pool pop-ups to clean the bottom and get all the, well, in our case, get all the sand and push it towards the main drain, and hopefully everything gets filtered out. Also, I had to clean the filter. Apparently, that was full of sand. Regard a lot of storms this winter, so have to do that every 6 months, and then do the backwash every 2 weeks. On top of cleaning it out with the net every day or every other day at least, but every day mostly around here, especially when there's storms. And then we end up, um, rinse and repeat. You can only use the pool here. I mean, technically, if I wanted to warm the pool up, I could use it year round, but for the most part, end of April, May, June, July, August, probably all the way into October. We can use the pool. November, December, January. It's too cold. Unless you want to join the polar bear club, and that's not for me. So, yeah. Oh, so what do we want to talk about? Yesterday was May the 5th, the day that Google announced that they were going to do something about parasite SEO. And specifically, it wasn't that they were going to actually do something about parasite SEO. They just said that they were going to do something about websites abusing their authority and posting articles and for payment, which is essentially how I read it. So, in short, if you were a authority website owner and you sold placements to people like you and me, um, for affiliate or whatever in the attempt to manipulate search engine rankings, which is their definite fallback for all that stuff, that they were going to smack you around. So, in theory, the websites like, I don't know, Forbes.com, FoxNews.com. I mean, I see you over there, Fox, with your Reddit posts and all kinds of craziness. I think I haven't seen any affiliate stuff yet, best of stuff, but in all honesty, I haven't looked at it. But so everyone's talking about that, and some people are excited, and some people are like Jesus, and some people are like, you couldn't fix it before. What makes you think you're going to fix it now? Kind of approach. So, luckily for me, I had done Quora reports. The reports are themselves are unimportant. What is really important is the results, and what I'm talking about is you get the top 100 that are listed. And I did 20 of those. I think it was 20 or 40 of those for best product review type keywords, best drones, best bunch of other stuff, but a bunch of those best terms. And those terms are really what everyone was bitching about in regards to killing niche sites and the parasite SEO hacks, essentially, Daily Mail or Dallas Morning News or Outlook India, those type of websites that were killing it in those types of searches. So I wanted to see, one, there was talk, it was a correlation, and I wrote it down in my test, but I don't have that open right now. There's a correlation, and someone claimed that Quora wasn't doing a good job with it. I disproved that correlation with those 20 things, but it wasn't really anything. I mean, I heard of the correlation, but I didn't hear any more talk of it. So there's no sense in putting in a test out if that information's not being spread out wide. But I want to run it again, and I want to run it I don't want to run it today. I think I want to run it at the end of the week, maybe next Monday, run all those core reports again and see if indeed Google has done anything in regards to punishing authority sites that are trying to um, use that authority to rank for affiliate terms. That's what they're doing. Let's be straight up. There's a people A that are selling content on these websites and ranking for affiliate terms, or they're actually websites themselves that are ranking for affiliate terms just to get the traffic. And in both cases, I don't see that there's a problem with that, especially if Google is going to reward these websites, then they're going to reward those websites. And if the website owners choose to monetize that website by either A, selling placements, or B, writing unrelated content in regards to their publishing activities, normally and Google's is and they're able to make money from it, I don't see a problem with it. 100%. Like, go for it. Do it. I mean, it's Google made this bed by publishing independent publishers, i.e., affiliates like you and I, because we're not backed by big ass corporations that can sue Google into oblivion if they take them out. Yelp, when Google changed the algorithm and removed a lot of the directory sites out of local, Yelp cried like babies and went with lawyers, and next thing you know, Yelp's back in the search results. So that's probably what would happen if they removed, say, the Fox Newses or the Forbes or CBS or NBC or any of those guys who are leveraging their authority just as much as Outlook India is to rank for these affiliate terms. Just makes sense. The other argument that could be made is that Google went around and got everyone to all excited about search, and then got everyone all excited about creating good information content and affiliate stuff. And then they scraped all your affiliate stuff and they created a cool little thing called featured snippets. And then everyone was all excited. And look, I'm #1 in featured snippets. Woohoo. And then they scraped all your shit and they created SGE. And now they're taking all your stuff. They kicked you out of the index and they're using SGE that they stole from you to populate their search results. In all the whole time while they were doing that, you said, "Thank you very much, sir." And I was telling you, since they announced that they were going to turn that products reviews and best ofs and top products featured snippet on, and they're going to take all your content and populate it, and you were going to lose your affiliate stuff. Everyone looked at me like I had a fucking unicorn dick growing out of my head. And now it's all happening to you, and all I can say is you should have fucking listened. I told you those things are going to happen to you, and you need to address that. And so it's all coming full circle, and you all got what you asked for. If you didn't listen, if you did listen, you're actually working to build an email list so you can generate traffic from people that are already proven to know, like, and trust you, and they can come back consistently when you're doing your publishing. Especially if you're not a big brand publisher. I mean, Fox News, for example, obviously they still got to do SEO, ABC, CBS, CNN. All those guys still are information publishers. At the end of the day, is what they are. They publish content in order to get eyes onto their content, in order to get eyes on their advertising, in order to make money. It comes full circle, and you should have been thinking the same way the whole time. And so newsletters, you get a nice little newsletter base every time you publish, or weekly, or however you want to do that pace, you publish to them. Now there's guaranteed traffic coming from your newsletters. It's eyes on your content, eyes on your ads, eyes for your advertisers. And then social media, maybe not so much. I mean, sometimes depending on who you are, et cetera, you can get some Facebook stuff. Pinterest in certain markets gets a lot of stuff. Reddit and kind of sort of gets a lot of stuff, but also YouTube and podcasts are our social media for the ease of understanding. And so if you're creating news and then you're doing and then you can do videos to engage the people that just want to watch videos, and then you can do some imaging or some little mini infographics off of Pinterest, off of all of the same stories. So you write one story and then you create several out of it. If you, and I mean, keep mentioning Fox News, but if you go look at Fox News, especially on like the Apple News app or on mobile, you'll see that they actually have like slideshows, and then they just break down the key points of their story, and it's like 30 seconds, and they just repurpose that. And so you can either watch the video or read the story. Typically, if you watch the video, you get the highlights and all the other stuff with minus the journalistic perspective of it. You just, the finer points of it are right inside of that video, and you can move on to the next story if if you're like me and you don't want to read 1,000 pages of stuff. So you should be doing the same thing with your content and getting multiple sources of traffic. Focus on Google is great. Yeah, there's, what is the number now? 77% of internet users are using Google. It used to be 80 something, but now it's less because Bing is and Microsoft in general using the Bing search results are coming on strong because while they are copying some features, they are smartly integrating their AI so it's not obtrusive, it's not embedded into their search 100%. They don't have a whole lot of featured snippets and trash in the way. They do have advertising in there. They do have maps, but again, it's not overbearing of the search results, and the users are rewarding them for it, and Google's getting punished. And so I suspect that Google is, their market share is going to continue to go down. Bing and the other web search providers that are using Bing results is going to go up, user engagement is going to shift, and then Google will have to reverse a lot of the stuff that they did. It's just going to take some time because until the market share shifts in regards to ads and ad revenue, Google's not going to be motivated to make those shifts. But ultimately, I think it's going to happen. So take advantage of this period of time and build smart websites, smart websites, not go plug in your AI and build 10,000 page websites. Go build smart websites, and then take advantage of this period of time that's coming where a lot of people are going to get beat up. Next topic. What do I want to talk about next? Next topic is the Google disavow file. Everyone has, well, I won't say everyone, but there's been a significant push on Twitter to defame, or I don't want to say defame. What is the term that I'm looking for? Devalue the disavow file. And this is coming from, the likes of Lily Ray and John Mueller. John Mueller is not new. He's always said, "Hey, you don't need it. Don't use it. You can do more harm than good with it." Probably true for 95% of people, maybe 80% of the people. If I want to be fair. And then was that Gary? Was the hell's the other guy's name? The engineer that talks about that Google stuff all the time. Anyway, he's also said that you shouldn't use disavow file. And the argument for those two people is that you can actually do more harm than good. Disavow good backlinks. You're not using it properly. You don't understand the exact definition of good backlinks versus bad backlinks, etc. And that's a fair cautionary tale, in my opinion, for people to use the disavow file. If you don't know what you're doing, you don't look through your links, you misinterpret the ideas of what is a good backlink versus what is a bad backlink. You could use disavow file, doesn't really hurt your website. You can do it. But on the flip side of that, if you're following people like myself or Grindstone on Twitter, and recently he's actually just moved all of his talking to his newsletter because of the Lily Ray and all those the counter counter argumentalists on XEO Twitter. But he's shown both in private and on Twitter that using the disavow properly and actually properly disavowing the right backlinks can indeed benefit you and reverse a lot of the damage that came from the helpful content update. Now, this really only applies if you have backlinks. If you don't have backlinks, and then the helpful content update got you, you need to get some backlinks, and the disavow file isn't going to help you. But if you are a site that was performing really, really well pre-HCU, and then everything started going to shit on you, look at your backlinks and then look at the idea of doing disavow file. So I'm going to give you some tips, and they're grindstones tips, and I've actually used them. And really, at the end of the day, it's a good filter for you. Okay, so and we've talked about this before. I used a filter from SEMrush, which is how many keywords the website is ranking for and how much traffic does it have. Those are my two, like, is this a good backlink things that I look for. The other tool you can use is Ahrefs. They do the same thing. How many keywords and how much traffic do these sites have? If you look at your link profile and you see an ass ton, and I'm not being I'm overstating, but if you see a lot of backlinks that have domains that have actually no traffic and are not ranking for any keywords, that's a pretty good indicator that Google doesn't like that page. So if Google doesn't like that page, it has no backlinks itself and it has no traffic. These are 3 zeros for you that are coming from your link profile. So they're not providing you any value whatsoever. Now, let's say that your backlink count is way more of those 0 plus 0 equals 0 type backlinks than it is good backlinks. It is then when the algorithm is taking you out. And so you have to counter that with the disavow file. The problem is now for most website owners, and I would say most white hat website owners, those are the guys and gals that are following the rules, that are listening to the Google Terms of Service, listening to John Mueller. They're not doing disavow files. And then the super black hats, and I'll call it out right now. There's a ring that's in Hong Kong that is taking authority sites. And they're copying their author pages verbatim, straight down from logo all the way to footer, and using their HTML and putting it on their spam sites to eat. And then they're copying their high value pages, the entire page, header to footer, HTML, all, and putting it on their websites to steal authority. And those are hurting those actual authorial websites. So it's kind of like the grindstone where he mentioned images, where they're taking your images and hot linking those. I found that really early and pointed that stuff out in our mastermind. Grindstone is a member of that, and now he outed that's one of the things that they're doing. And I think I talked about it here too on SEO this week. You got to watch out for that shit. They're making these mass sites where all you people are in love with these mass, I made 10,000 pages. Well, guess where they got their images from? Your authority sites that were doing really good, they got smacked around during HCU. Well, these guys took it one step further and essentially hot linking your entire page, header to footer, all the way down, and putting this on these bad other domains, setting the canonicals to your websites, and they're known 0 plus 0 equals 0 websites, and you're getting punished for it. These are all things that white hats are really susceptible to. And the reason you're susceptible to it is you're not building enough backlinks, i.e., you're not promoting your content enough. And then when that content gets scraped because you have a good branding and you're getting good traffic, once it gets scraped, you're definitely susceptible to the algorithm punishing you for bad backlinks. It is not negative, necessarily negative SEO. It is they're just stealing your shit, and you're the algorithm is going, well, they have this is brand new. You're pointing, it's you. This is published after your stuff. So there goes, might be fresher. And so we're going to show this over yours. And if you are in a information based thing, it's going to hurt you a lot. Now, will it take out a site like Fox? I don't know. I think it would be interesting to find out. However, I couldn't test it because Fox could see me in the dirt. So I don't know, but maybe if we have someone that can get into, I guess really all you have to do is go to Ahrefs and look at their link profile and see if you can find those pages. It'll be interesting to know. I don't know. Also, Charles Taylor, he's the director of SEO at Fox. Maybe something to look into. The site that's hitting this, one of the 30 sites I'm working on, is those sites are all in Hong Kong. So they don't have the wallet, so they're not going to go to Hong Kong and bring any issues up like legally in Hong Kong to put a stop to them. I don't know if Fox could do that. I imagine they have more of the wallet to do that. But it would definitely be interesting to see. Also, Charles, you guys have a way bigger link profile. Um, so, well, I wonder if one, are they doing it? And then two, if they are doing it, how really would you notice? And then three, you have so many stupid, awesome backlinks that would it even affect you? You know what I mean? How much of that would really have to go after you? Because you guys promote your content, and then that promotion results in backlinks. So it might be interesting to check that out. Maybe I'll look, but I got to build these guys another disavow file and crawl and ask on the website web links. If you want to know the growth that these guys can pull off, the website I'm talking about over the last 30 days got 669,000 new backlinks. 669,000 new backlinks. And a lot of those are with their own content, stolen, scraped right off of their website. And they're not getting it off the RSS feed or et cetera. So and pay attention to that shit. Yeah, on Grindstone's list, he's still talking about, and he's given a couple of videos in regards to how he looks at the disavow file. Totally a good way to do it. I'm not going to. I'm going to make probably part of one of the on-page or off-page courses inside of SIA. I'll add a module for doing the disavow. I will tell you some of the stuff that Grind is doing. Also, I'll tell you some of the stuff specifically that I'm doing, so you can look at that and kind of figure out how to pull that off. In particular, with a tool like SEMrush or Ahrefs versus Link Research Tools. Link Research Tools is great, but you can't see the traffic, and the number of keywords that a website is ranking for inside of Link Research Tools. So if you are an LRT user, you got to build your disavow file in LRT, get all of those URLs, and you get something like URL Profiler. Then run that with the API through SEMrush and Ahrefs to get the traffic and keywords that are ranking. Cross-reference that, and then that's your new disavow file. So there's a lot more work if you want to do it right. If you want to do, and that's why penalty recovery is actually, people are charging a lot of money for those. Link Research Tool alone to get I mean, the one site that I'm doing If I want a link research tools to review their entire link profile, would cost us $18,000 just to get the data. Fuck that. But a lot of you that are running these, Fox News, they ain't using link research tools. They haven't. There's just too much money. But if you have one of these sites that got hit by ACU, you don't have, if you're under 4 million backlinks, link research tools, SEMrush, and Ahrefs are going to be your friends. Oh, and URL profiler. If you want to pay for all that, which really balances out to $1,000 a month for link research tools. Was it $299 for SEMrush? Another two something, I think. Was it $199 on the cheapest plan for Ahrefs? And I don't even know if those plans anymore include the API. I think they do, the Open Graph API, so you can plug it into URL Profiler, which is 250 euros, I think it was, for a year. And then do all that work to fix your link profiles. Depending on your website, definitely worth it, especially if you were going from $5,000 a day to 500, then that might be an issue. But you do have to, balance that out versus paying someone like me to do the cleanup for you. Okay, so there's disavow rant. Let's see. Let's get the questions. Charles says that he hasn't seen anything on Fox. We'll have to look through it. Obviously, again, it's a big ass fucking link profile. It's hard to spot that kind of stuff when you're dealing with that big of a profile, unless you're already got. But we'll see. Or I'll see if I can find some non-client properties that are affected by that. That way I can illustrate to you more what the hell's going on. You can see it a little bit better without me having to out my clients. Okay, so Vinay, good afternoon. Vishnu, hello. Tor, is it enough to add the links to this disavow file tool, or do you also have to submit the same list to Indexer, for example? Not necessarily an Indexer. You have to submit it to something that gets Google to recrawl it. Typically, indexing services will do that for you, but you can use like something like Colinkry or any of those tools that, like say, what was that one? G Indexer used to be one. The Google GSA Seer has an indexer, and they also have some 301 pinging tools. You can throw them all into those. Essentially, all you want is Google to go back to that backlink, process it again, and then find your link, and then find your disavow file. So you have to do that. If really, honestly, you don't have to do it, but if you don't do it, you're waiting like 6 months versus if you do it, you can speed up that application process a lot faster. Grindstone did a test. If you're doing the URLs, 10 to 14 days, he starts seeing everything start reverse. If he does disavow files with domains, and then depending on your profile, your link profile, you're gonna have to use domains, not URLs, because you can only put 88,888 lines inside of the disavow file. You're gonna have to do domains, and if you just do domains, it's going to be via you crawl the URLs, put the domains in there, and then it could be 6 to 8 weeks, but it's still going to help you out. Hopefully that makes sense. What AI video software tools have you heard that are working great? Trying to find alternatives to mine right now. Thank you. Honestly, Emily, I'm not using any. I think I bought a couple in AppSumo, but I'm not using any. There is a guy on the YouTubes who tested a bunch of them. Let's see if I can remember his name or if I can find it. I think it's Matt Matt Wolf or Mike Wolf? The hell's his name? I'm looking in my subscriptions now to see if I saved him. Um, but he does a lot of reviews of tools, and I just watched a video that he tested probably five different ones, and his were in conjunction with audio too in that particular video. Looking, but he had some good recommendations. That's who I would trust in regards to that. Matt Wolf, Wolfe. Um, and that's the one. And he does all that AI news stuff, like new tools, etc. I think he's just watching a couple websites that publish, or he has a website that publishes a release of new tools, and then he does videos that talks about them. But he's got AI video tool thing in there. That would be probably the who I would say would be the subject matter expert in regards to identifying new tools. James Snydery, what's up, dude? Glad you made it. Hi Clint. Do you think Medium is a good tier one link? Is it safe to set canonical feature directly towards my money page? I'm thinking about ranking for information, well, keyword, and have the landing page as a canonical. Um, well, in theory, the landing page as the canonical would be a backlink. I haven't tested it in regards to how Google is using it, so that would be definitely a good test. It is a great tier one backlink, especially if you're on there. They had that paid feature, right? To so I would say go for it. I would use it. Again, though, careful with your anchor text. You don't want to get nuts with that. But yeah, Medium's a good tier one. Um, all the web twos are still good tier ones. Bloggers still stay away from. That's I got to redo that test. But right now, I would say stay away from Blogger. But everything else is still fair game. Is tier ones. Remember, those are all promotion channels for you. You're not building backlinks. You're promoting your content. So if that makes you sleep better at night, understand that you're not building backlinks. You're promoting your content. You took the time to write the damn shit. Take the time to promote it. So that's that. Randy, looking good. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I don't know if you watch my Facebooks, but been pushing an hour in the cardio machines now. Um, let's see. And then pretty soon I'll start doing two a days. And then also adding weights to the program. I kind of plateaued in regards to cardio, not losing any weight anymore in regards to that. But I like doing it. Keeps me wakes me up in the morning, etc. So and then we'll start doing lifting weights. It'll be good. Checking for more questions. Don't see any. Give you guys a couple more minutes to do that since I started late. I won't rush out of here like normal. Here we go. Neat. I have an e-commerce site. It's been stuck in Google Purgatory for a couple years. Google says I have 20 plus index pages, but I get less than 1,000 impressions a day. 90% of the keywords are targeting it. Yeah. Where part numbers like I redesigned and restructured the site completely, but this means I'm changing the product URLs and changing URLs and ranking. So, Nate, that's a good question. They have, sorry, Randy, I lost 50 pounds. Yeah. Let's see. So Nate, the red flag or the red herring is the part numbers you're ranking for the part numbers. No one's searching for those except for specific people that are looking for that specific part. I bought a cultivator. Cultivator didn't come with a lot of things that actually assemble the damn thing, so I had to look up part numbers so that I can either do I buy it or do I go back and cry like a little girl and get parts? So those and we've done that before. Part numbers on a marine commercial fishing website. Think like Deadliest Catch, all the stuffs that they buy for boats. That's commercial fishing, and we were focused on ranking for the parts, the part numbers, and the part names. But because it's commercial fishing, the market's pretty small. So guess what? They didn't get a lot of impressions and stuff. So we transitioned away from ranking the parts, and we actually ranked the categories. If you look at the search results, a lot of you don't have to record it, Nathan, because it'll be on YouTube. A lot of it is actually like if you search for I don't know, fishing line, right? When you do that search or high tension fishing line, you do that search, and a lot of the e-com stuff that comes up, those are actually category pages, listings of a whole bunch of fishing lines. So Google has naturally decided that they just like the categories versus the products, the individual products they're putting in the shopping carousels. But at the end of the day, for organic, they're populating category pages. So rank your category pages and interlink to your category pages from your products, and then build links to your products. I mean, that might sound counterintuitive, but what you're doing, if you say you have a category with 10 products and you build links, 25 to 50 links to each one of those products, and they're all interlinked going for the related product that's in most of those features, and they're all porting to your category will rank a lot higher, and it'll be significantly harder. Well, it will be harder for your competition to figure out how the hell you ranked your category page so high with very little backlinks. Well, that's because the 10 products that are all linking to it have 25 to 50 backlinks. So change your perspective of where you're ranking. Does that hopefully that makes sense. And it's obviously if you're having like, yeah, see, the keywords you're trying to rank for isn't category pages, but you're at the end of the day being able to rank for P50312-B21 doesn't matter. It's not doing you any good. You're not going to build authority. You're not going to get a lot of impressions. You're not going to get any sales by ranking for that kind of stuff. Rank for the keywords that are actually going to get you some money. And if your market doesn't have a lot of search traffic, it just doesn't have a lot of search traffic. And that's okay. As long as that the keywords you chose have converting search traffic. That's where your money is going to come into. Another good example is I had a client. They're the company, the contractor that the cell phone companies hire to put up the antennas. And they wanted to do SEO to get more business. And I told them, I'll take your money. However, you're not going to get more business from this. And the companies that are installing or paying for cell phone towers are not going to go to Google and go cell phone tower installer. Maybe if they're moving into a brand new market, but generally they're just not going to do it. Right. So they're going to go to their existing lists and stuff. And that's the same with ecom. It's it sounds different, but it's actually the same. I have they sent aromatherapy candles client, and they wanted to do posts on menopause and all that. I can create those posts, but they're going to be information searches that may or may not generate impressions, may or may not generate traffic, most likely will not generate sales. So is it really something you want to invest time into? Client wants to do it, we're going to do it. But is it really going to be beneficial to their overall SEO campaign? Probably not, other than branding and peace of mind. But then you can't say that information content, you can't definitively say that information content turned into a sale because you lose the attribution because They're coming to your information content. Now that they're made aware of your brand, maybe they click around. Most likely they won't. And then if they consistently see you in that topic, then it becomes, oh, now let me go look at your stuff. And then you lose a lot of the SEO attribution. But that's a long-term play. So think about that too. And that applies to ecom specifically. Uh, were you surprised by the whistleblower around Google execs focusing on ad revenue at the cost of user experience? Nope. They're advertising, they're a publisher. Um, and it's not, they don't, they pay people money in exchange for time, money, and effort to create their systems. And it's their job to make money. They're a publicly traded company with investors and shareholders, and it's their job to make money. So, um, never surprised that Google would put ad revenue over user experience. Let's see. Emily, when you order a press release, you get links from websites that have zero keywords ranking for them and zero traffic. You disavow those as well. You have to look at how those websites are getting your content. In particular, like the Market Watch API websites, don't even worry about those. Google is they're not horrible websites. They're not going to hurt you because they are authority websites. However, Google doesn't even index them more often than not because they're published by an API, and Google knows and understands that. So you're good there. If you get a web PR service that gives you a crazy abundance of them, then you're probably just stop using that PR service. But most of those are using syndication services that go on like local televisions and stuff. And all those channels they all have keywords ranking and they all have traffic. It's the pages have no rank keywords and no traffic because you just made them and they're brand new. But all those websites and most of those services all have keywords and all have traffic at the domain level. But again, the API stuff that doesn't index anyway. So I don't even, you're paying, honestly, you're paying, if you're doing a PR, even with most services, you're paying for maybe 15, 20 good links if you're lucky. Press Advantage is good. Madge is good. Randy, the news guy over at 38 Digital, he's good. And all of those services are all good, but at the end of the day, all of those services you understand where you're getting 300 to 500 links. Maybe 20 of them are like stupid awesome that you want to show your mom, but the rest of them are API syndication stuff that's just, in my opinion, is just there. And I wouldn't backlink those backlinks. But I would like the 3 to 5, maybe 10 of them that are really good and have a high domain authority. Then I would interlink those and stack them and do all that kind of stuff with those backlinks. Hopefully that helps, Emily. Alrighty. And that was one more. Do I run PPC the specific part number keywords? I get a few hundred clicks a day. Uh, you can. You can, yeah. That's a great closer. So if you see that, that's why I questions, because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna choke you. Like this would have been part of the initial good question to make some things because it actually changes the answer, right? So if you say you got no impressions, but then now you get clicks. So that makes it discombobulated to answer. But if you're running clicks and you're not ranking, and you know that clicks from that keyword are converting, which is counterintuitive because you said you weren't getting any impressions. If you're not getting any impressions, but you are getting clicks, that means that traffic's coming from somewhere else on Google and not necessarily on Google. My guess would be it's coming from category pages or internal website searches. But if your internal website searches are saying that a bunch of people are looking for this particular product, and now you want to rank on that product, then yes, I would run a PPC campaign. I wouldn't run it to Joe solely grab the traffic, though. I would run it to actually see if that traffic converts. So if you get a first place ad, you get a lot of traffic, and then no one buys, then why do the SEO campaign? And then versus if you are getting PPC traffic and that PPC traffic does convert, then you leave it on and that pays for itself. And then you worry about the SEO for that only one particular product page. But if you had done the interlinking of your products and built 25 to 50 brand links to that product and then boosted those up, that product should rank pretty easy. With just the internal links and the 25 to 50 referring domains, um, all by itself. And your category page would go, and or your category page would take over for the product name. So a lot to break down there. Alrighty. All right, YouTube. I would say it's been an hour. That's been 45 minutes. You guys are light on questions today. It's Monday. That's good. Keep an eye out on your if you're doing parasite SEO, keep an eye on the pages that you bought if they were ranking really good. See if Google's actually true to their word and went after supposed sites that were abusing their authority, or if it's just another head game to get everyone to go, look how smart Google is. They can figure this out. My guess is that they're not, and two, they're not, even if they do figure it out, they're going to go after small time publishers that don't have any lawyers that can go, hey, you unfairly targeted us and we can see you. Because that to me sounds like an antitrust thing, to be 100% honest. But us little guys, we can't do anything against Google, but a Forbes and Fox and Yelp, those guys can. And so I suspect that a lot of this stuff where, abusing your authority, they're gonna get, oh yeah, well, Forbes did it. We don't think that they're really doing it. Kind of approach to how that's going to be handled. But we'll see. I'll keep an eye on it. I'll run the best of keywords and see what the changes are. And with that, YouTube, we'll see you guys next week or in the